I'm Jeannie, and I'm here today from Jimmy Bean's Wool, and I want to talk to you about a really important subject. It's hand-dyed yarns, and we carry some really amazing, beautiful hand-dyed yarns. The little swatch that I'm holding up here, which actually has more on the back, which we're going to do another video about techniques with hand-dyed yarns, how to change the look of hand-dyed yarns. But this little swatch here is using Malintosh sock, and the color is filigree. And I'm going to show you really quickly here, and I think Siobhan is real good at this. Here is one little ball of the filigree, and you can kind of see this one has a bluer cast. If I take my swatch down, it has a bluer cast, where this one is more of a warm green. And these yarns, the Malintosh, what am I talking about? Malintosh, oh my gosh. Hi guys, I know who I am, really. The Malintosh does not have dye lots, so it really is very important to make sure to give us a call, let us look at the yarns for you, figure out what colors you're looking for. Are you looking for one that's warmer, one that's cooler? We do the very best we can, but what happens when you end up with one that's warmer and one that's cooler? Maybe we're sold out, maybe we can't replace it, maybe it's coming from your stash. I don't know, but that's what we're going to talk about in this little swatch here. And the bottom swatch that I've done here uses a technique that we did in another video, which you can find on the site too, about knitting and working with hand-dyed yarns, of working 2 rows of one of the balls and 2 rows of the other ball. So you knit across a row and come back, purl back, then pick up the other color, just lay your other yarn down to the back of your work and run those 2 yarns up the side of the work and just do 2 rows of each one. And you can see that you can sort of see that kind of bluish stripe in there, but it's very minimal. And the brighter green, that's very minimal too. It kind of gives the piece an overall blending of the colors. Wouldn't you agree, Kristen? I think it's just kind of softens both colors and helps them, the warm come together with the cool, and really works. The other thing that I did here was I knit a swatch. You go way up in needle size because this is the sock weight that I'm using here, and I'm carrying both of those strands together in this piece, and I went up to a size 7, which makes it about a worsted weight, and you can see it changes the overall appearance of the yarn entirely. You can see some of the warms coming through here with the blues coming through in this portion, but they're really blended well. So you're using the cool ball and the warmer ball together, really gives you a lovely look. What I wanted to also show you really quickly, and those are just 2 simple ways to change the appearance of some hand-dyed yarns. Who knows, maybe you left a hank in the window and it faded just a little bit. This is a way to salvage the situation. And again, I would remind you, don't hesitate to call us and have us look at what we have. In my lap here, I have 2 of my favorite hand-dyed companies. I have Malintosh, which I was just working with, and this is actually the Tosh Merino Light, and all 3 of these are the same color. And it's really amazing. This is why we love hand-dyed yarns, because they do come so, they're unique, they have basically an artistic feel to them. That's why we love them. We really work hard to send you, so you buy 2 hanks of this particular color in the Merino Light. We will look high and low and make sure that they come as close as they possibly can. But here's an example of another one of my very favorite hand-dyed yarn companies, Lorna's Laces, and this color, what is pewter? And these are actually, they do have dye lots, but this shows you that they can vary just slightly. You can see this one hank here is just a touch warmer, where this one is a little more cool with that gray undertone. We do catch stuff like this here in the shop, but if you had maybe something like this kicking around in your stash, you didn't realize they were different, you could use these techniques of working 2 rows of one lot and 2 rows of the other lot together, or turn them into a whole different weight of yarn and work them both together as a strand eating project. So that is a really simple way how to solve that problem and kind of minimize the differences in the hand-dyed yarns. Keep in mind when you're doing things like this, it will change the overall look. Lorna's Laces tends to be a very pooling yarn, where something like the Malintosh tends to be more overall variegated rather than pools. In other words, the colors are dyed evenly, so they come out evenly. Something like the Misty Alpaca, which is dyed to the stitch. There's yarns like Koigu. They're dyed in a different way too. So I hope you'll experiment and fiddle and play and not be afraid of these hand-dyed yarns. The beauty of them is that they are so amazingly unique. Please don't hesitate to give us a call. We'll be happy to look at the colors for you. And like I say, these are just 2 very simple techniques to help you out with your projects and minimize those obvious differences. So I'm Jeannie. We're working with hand-dyed yarns, and have a great day and happy knitting. Thanks for watching.
Thunder rumbles on this American summer night. There's kids on the corner stuck in a switchblade fight, and the rock and roll bands play for the girls on the beat.